Welcome back, everybody, for another Minimate review. This time we have Transformers. This is Series 3, I believe. This is, it's the third box set that we've got. We're steady rolling with the Transformers. We've had two box sets. We got four Decepticons, four Autobots. We're starting to get into that, actual team groups. Just we're finally getting a variety of Transformers. So this set's pretty exciting. We're also delving into the 86 Transformers series, which is kind of exciting. I absolutely love that movie. I still watch it probably once a year. But yeah, we have Jazz, RC, Coronation, Starscream, and Galvatron. And this, of course, is in the, obviously the classic Minimate 4-pack that we've had, forever, where it's just a, clear case on the front, and we can see all their accessories. We can actually see the tray shot. Lately it seems like they're going for more of the, specialty box sets, the VHS sets, on like Fantastic Four, which is just a really nice case for, those six characters. And I don't know if this just was produced or put together so long ago that they, are stuck with the old packaging, or maybe they plan on sticking with this style packaging, or what the deal is. But yeah, we definitely have the old packaging here. So, and yeah, we have, Jazz, RC, Galvatron, and Coronation Starscream. In my opinion, the RC and Jazz are extremely welcome. We got another core member of, the Autobots from, season 1 and 2. And then RC, we're kind of delving into that 86 series, which I'll take them. It seems a little early for that, but I think they kind of like to milk out, the early season figures just so you can keep the series going on longer. Makes total sense to me. Again, very welcome. But then we have, on the other hand, we have Galvatron, which is a must-have. Just a very cool character design. But he is Megatron. This is Megatron rebuilt according to 86, the animated canon. And then we have Coronation Starscream. And really, in my opinion, Coronation Starscream, that's some extra parts. It didn't... I'm fine with them giving us a whole figure right away, I'm fine with them giving us a whole figure, but really this could have been two attachments to the figure. And we don't have any Decepticons. We got like 4 Decepticons, and this doesn't do anything to change that really for a team. You're not going to put Megatron and Galvatron in the same exact picture. Obviously, the Starscream is just a crown and a cape. We can't do anything with that. These are two figures that I think should have came out maybe like 7 to 10 figures into the series. It's kind of disappointing. I would have loved, to have, they at least gave us the core characters, but, even some characters from the 86 series, like the, I can't think of what their names are, but, they could have given us a lot of different characters besides these guys right off the bat, but, they're must-haves anyways, so it's not like a complete loss. But yeah, Starscream, it's like they should have just given us that cape and that crown piece, when the first Starscream came out. I mean, because that's really all it is, as far as I can tell. We'll compare the figures later. But yeah, still very happy to get these guys. Let's open them up and look at the tray. Okay, so the tray really doesn't do anything for us. We could basically see everything, all the extras, everything else right away. So let's just take them out and get them, take a closer look at them. All right, so here they are in all their glory. We have, everybody out of the package. There's just a ton of tooling that went on with these. That tooling costs a lot for toy companies, so it's surprising that they put so much into... They even took on Transformers, because it's like, almost every figure is just different molds for the feet. I mean, look at Jazz's feet, just with the wheels and everything else, and Galvatron, and pretty much everybody here is, besides Starscream, I guess, is pretty much all new tooling. nice looking mates. They just really do a good job with these. I am very pleased. I think let's look at each figure individually. So I thought it'd be fun to pull out the War for Cybertron or the 86, Studio Series figures, out of my collection just to compare, the Minimate figure to, the actual Transformer figure. And yeah, like I said, they did a really bang up job with these. They look really good. Not much else to say about these. I did see, I was thinking, Hot Wheels cars would be the perfect scale for these. And they did actually make a Hot Wheels version of Optimus, Bumblebee, and Starscream that I'm very tempted to pick up. But it would have been nice if they made more. I mean, Jazz would make a cool Hot Wheels car. But yeah, he looks really good. Yeah, and RC looking real good. I actually kind of like the Mini-Made version better than even the War for Cybertron one I got with those tiny legs that she has. And I don't know, there's something about the Mini-Made version where I really like the face better. They did a good job molding her, upper torso. She's just a nice looking figure. So, definitely well done job there. So yeah, it's actually pretty difficult to get the whole figure in there because he's so big. Galvatron is, but still, I actually kind of like the Mini-Mate. This is another one where I think I like the Mini-Mate better than this one. This is the first War for Cybertron. Battle damage, wear and tear, Galvatron. But yeah, comparing these two, I definitely like the Mini-Mate. It's great to have them. As I said, still too early for what. Still a little bit earlier than I would have liked him. I would have liked, the Decepticons to be filled out a little bit more. But he's a figure that we'd want eventually. Anyways, a few things with him. His gun does come off. Yeah, it just sits on a peg. It slides, pops right off. And I don't know why they do it. If it's just molding issue. I mean, obviously it's a pretty thin piece of plastic that would hold it on his cuff. But yeah, it does come off. But yeah, otherwise, let's go on to Coronation Starscream. So yeah, again, here they are. He does look great for being Coronation Starscream. My big complaint, I guess, would be that the crown does not come off. That's one solid piece. There is kind of that iconic shot from the 86 series where Galvatron does kill him and the crown eventually lays at his feet. It would have been nice to redo that shot. But really, looking at the size of that crown, look at the size of his crown on the Mini-Mate compared to the War for Cybertron figure. The crowns really aren't that much different in size just because Mini-Mate heads are so big, I guess. But, it's just kind of, yeah, it's fun to compare the two of them. Okay, so here, I wanted to do this comparison real quick. The first Starscream came with the first box set. We're on the third box set. That whole cape piece, I mean, the cape piece and the shoulder pads, that's one solid piece with his torso. So that is a pretty big molded piece. The head, is just the crown attached to the head. Otherwise, I believe these two are the same exact figures. So there is some color difference a little bit. The first version of Starscream, the boots are a lot darker. The blue on him is a lot darker. But these are essentially the same figures. I guess you get a different face. That's kind of nice. The one from Series 1 has more of a smirk on his face than Series 2, or Series 3, excuse me, this Coronation version. But if they had to give us a completely separate figure to justify the cost of that torso, cape, and crown head, that's fine. I can live with that. But this definitely should have been like Wave 6 or 7 or much, much farther down the line than Wave 3. I mean, like I said, we have the four main Decepticons. We have Megatron, we have Starscream, we have Shockwave, we have Soundwave, excuse me. but we need more. I mean, and that's all we're stuck. We got, now we have 6 Decepticons, but technically, really, we only have 4 Decepticons to put in one shot. Maybe we should have gotten Astrotrain. We should have gotten something else other than Coronation Starscream this early in the game. I don't like criticizing my favorite toy line of all time, but don't give me anything to criticize. If I have something to criticize, we should probably be honest about it. I just don't think. I just think it's just way too early for this. But of course, he'll look on a shelf, and I'm more than happy to get any version of Starscream or any variant of any Transformer. But it's just way too early to have, just a second version of Starscream, in my opinion. But otherwise, let's see. Let's go do a few pictures before we wrap up this review video. Yeah, let's go to those. All right, so here's our first picture. We have Galvatron and, Starscream front and center. Not to beat a dead horse or anything, but God, this picture would have been so much better if I could have filled in the background with Decepticons. And this is it right here. This is the most Decepticons you can have, unless you go with the time travel origins of Galvatron from War for Cybertron, which I eventually will do, actually. This is all we can get. If we had like 5 other characters, I could have thrown like 3 behind Galvatron and a couple more up on the catwalk. It would have been, this picture would have been much better, but yeah, we work with what we got, and it still turned out amazing. I'm still very pleased with it. It's a pretty iconic scene when Starscream gets taken out by Galvatron, and this isn't exactly verbatim or anything. I just, like I said, work with what you got, and just whatever. Everybody gets what the scene is. So, but yeah, just using some dial pieces from Black Site Terrain to fill in the background. Those towers are from Black Site Terrain. And then these steps, I have no idea where these steps are from. I got them as part of a lot, probably like 5 years ago already. But then the throne I hand made out of styrofoam. Yeah, and like I said, the picture works well. It's still, the fact that we only have 4 Transformers is all right. It's at least it's just not the 2 of them. So, this Galvatron, I'm gonna have to get some close-up shots of him or something, because he is just a fantastic mate. Not that they all aren't, but I just really love the look of him, so whatever. But let's go on to another shot. Okay, so for our next picture, I wanted to get RC in there. I actually never switched out her head with that visor look when I did the actual review on the turntable and stuff. So I wanted to get her out there with that head on. And basically, she's just on the run from the Decepticons, just Soundwave and Starscream. It's going to be a lot better, in how many ever months it takes to get the next box set, which at least we get Thundercracker. For as much as I complained about Starscream, getting the same figure, he's actually the prime figure to get repaints of, because we have, Thundercracker and I forgot what the black and purple one is offhand right now. It's escaping me. I mean, my brother actually had them when we were growing up. I'm kind of ashamed of him. It's escaping me. But, you can reuse the mold of Starscream on quite a few figures before it'll get a little old. So hopefully in the future they give us, some more Seekers. And I can't think offhand if you just change out that headpiece, could we get the cone heads? Is it the same body? I can't think of it offhand. But either way, yeah, back to this picture. We just basically have RC running down a hallway with these 2 chasing her. So, yeah, it turned out pretty good. Let's go on to one more shot. All right, so here we have a group shot of the team. This is kind of one of the things I was mostly excited to do. If you guys have watched my previous videos and heard me talk about what it takes, how many members it takes to make a team, I've always said 5. That's kind of my absolute minimum on creating teams, is having 5 characters. We've only had 4 up until now of the Autobots. Well, now we're up to 6. And I also always say ideally 7. So I can't wait for the next box set to come with Ultra Magnus, Hot Rod, Thundercracker, and then a dead Optimus Prime, the gray Optimus Prime, which is kind of Again, in my opinion, a little early, but the thing is, we'll be up to 8 Transformers at that point in time. I can live with 8 Transformers and a variant of Optimus Prime. I will not complain about that at all. So I can't wait for that 4-pack to come out. Not only just for the Decepticons, but also to get a couple more, Autobots. Especially, Ultra Magnus. He's always been my favorite. He was my Optimus Prime because I was too young to. I missed out on Optimus Prime, but I was just old enough to get Ultra Magnus when he came along. So. But yeah, great group shot. We got those staircases from the what do you call it? The black site terrain, and then peppering in a bunch of just random various mechanical looking deals. On the right, that's a Five Nights at Freddy's control panel, and I don't even know where that engine looking thing is. Generator looking thing is behind Optimus's head. But this background is one of the best purchases I've ever made. It was one of those games where you had the little plastic figure and you'd take a picture of it and you would get that figure in a role-playing game online. Can't remember what it's called, what those were called. It was like Disney Fantasy or something. Somebody say what it is in the comments section. I can't remember. But yeah, it's always made an amazing background. I've always meant to cut it apart, make it into different panels, but it definitely works great as a background. This was going to be my last shot, but I think we're going to do one more just because Jazz has not really been front and center in any pictures, and that would be an absolute tragedy if I didn't get him out in at least one picture in this setup video. So let's go to that. All right, here we go. We got our final shot of Jazz. I'm glad I took the time to do it. Typically, I limit myself to about 3 pictures per video, but it's just a shame that I didn't get him. Would have been a shame to not get him front and center for at least one picture. But yeah, just kind of having the battle-hardened Cybertron using, the laser pointer on this blast effect, which actually came from the War for Cybertron figures, and then adding that polyester fuzz up front to just kind of blur out his feet and stuff. I didn't even take down the previous shot. I just kind of added in front of it. Those of you who may see this picture on Instagram might barely see Optimus back there, but you can't tell this is the same picture. I really didn't want to take down that last setup of their home base, just because it was such a cool setup. I want to use it again. I might even use it for some Marvel Minimates or some G.I. Joe pictures or something. It's kind of a fun setup that I haven't used in quite a while. But yeah, anyways, glad that I used it. Glad that we got all the characters front and center. And anyways, yeah, thanks for viewing, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button. I should have the Ninja Force Minimate video up tomorrow, possibly. I'll try to get up as soon as possible. I'm pretty excited for it, even though I have some criticisms of the 4-pack itself. But otherwise, guys, thanks for viewing. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys at the next video. Bye now.